A comfortable retirement in Australia costs about $52,000 a year. That's the official number. In Chiang Mai, Thailand, you can live on $18,000. Same lifestyle, same healthcare quality, better weather, and your $300,000 in savings just went from lasting 6 years to lasting over 15. That's why thousands of older Aussies are quietly packing their bags. And honestly, the maths makes it hard to argue with them.
Let's start with the ugly truth at home. The average Australian mortgage is now $736,000. Interest rates hit 6.84% in May 2026. The RBA has already hiked rates twice this year. Groceries are up, energy is up, insurance, don't even get me started. ASFA says a comfortable retirement for a single person costs $52,000 a year. For a couple, it's $73,000. The full age pension? About $28,500 a year for a single. That's $24,000 short of comfortable. So if you've got $300,000 in super and you're on the age pension, you've got maybe 6 to 8 years of comfortable living before the money runs out and you're surviving on the pension alone. 6 years. That's it. Unless you change the game entirely.
Here's where the maths gets interesting. In Southeast Asia, a single retiree can live comfortably on $1,200 to $2,000 a month. That's $14,400 to $24,000 a year. Let's use the middle, $18,000 a year. Your $300,000, drawing $18,000 per year with modest investment returns, that lasts roughly 20 years. Add your portable age pension, which I'll explain in a minute, and you're looking at $45,000 a year in total income in a country where a full meal costs $3 and rent is $500 a month. You're not scraping by, you're living well. Pool in the building, cleaner twice a week, eating out every night if you want. And here's the bit that gets people: healthcare. A doctor's visit in Thailand costs about $15 to $30 Australian. A full health checkup with blood work, around $100. The same thing in Australia, you're looking at $300 to $500 out of pocket. Bangkok's Bumrungrad Hospital is literally ranked among the best in the world. We're not talking about dodgy clinics in the middle of nowhere. Now, let's look at the 3 countries where Aussie retirees are actually going. Thailand is number 1 for a reason. The cost of living in Chiang Mai, the most popular spot for retirees, breaks down like this in 2026. A modern 1-bedroom apartment in the city runs $300 to $700 a month. Food is about $200 to $400 if you eat like a local, with the occasional Western meal. Utilities, internet, phone, another $100. Transport, maybe $50 if you've got a scooter. All in, a single retiree in Chiang Mai can live comfortably on about $1,200 a month. In Phuket or Bangkok, bump that to $1,800 to $2,500. The retirement visa, it's called the non-immigrant OA, requires you to be over 50, show 800,000 Thai baht in a Thai bank account, that's about $35,000 Australian, or prove monthly income of 65,000 baht, roughly $2,800 a month. It's renewed annually. The expat community is massive. English is widely spoken in tourist areas. The food is incredible. And the weather? Well, it's Thailand. It's hot all the time. The honest downside? Chiang Mai has a burning season from March to May where the air quality gets genuinely bad. You don't own land. Foreigners can't own land in Thailand. You can own a condo, but not the dirt it sits on. And the visa renewal process is a yearly headache. But for pure bang-for-your-buck retirement living, it's hard to beat. Vietnam is the budget option, and it's growing fast with expats. Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang are the main spots. A furnished apartment in Da Nang, right near the beach, goes for $300 to $600 a month. Food is absurdly cheap. You can eat well for $150 a month if you go local.
All in, a comfortable retirement in Vietnam costs $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Now, Vietnam doesn't have a dedicated retirement visa. That's the catch. Most retirees use a business visa or investor visa, which is more complex and can cost a few thousand to set up. The bureaucracy is real. You'll need a local fixer or a migration agent. Healthcare is solid in the big cities. International hospitals in Ho Chi Minh City are modern and affordable. Outside the cities, it drops off. The culture is incredible. The people are warm. The coffee alone is worth the move. But the visa situation makes it less straightforward than Thailand. If you're organised and don't mind a bit of paperwork, it works. If you want plug and play, Thailand's easier. Malaysia is the middle ground. Kuala Lumpur and Penang are where most Aussie retirees land. English is widely spoken. It's a former British colony, so you won't struggle with the language. The food is a mix of Malay, Chinese and Indian cuisine, and it's spectacular. Cost of living? $1,500 to $2,500 a month for a comfortable life. That's more than Thailand or Vietnam, but still a fraction of Australia. Malaysia used to have the MM2H visa, My Second Home, which was legendary for retirees. They tightened it in recent years and the financial requirements went up significantly. You now need to show higher income and larger fixed deposits. It's still doable, but it's not the easy ticket it used to be. Healthcare is excellent. Penang in particular has become a medical tourism hub. Private hospital costs are roughly a quarter of what you'd pay in Australia. The climate is tropical, hot and humid year-round with a monsoon season. If you can handle the heat, Malaysia gives you the closest thing to a Western lifestyle at Asian prices. This is the part everyone asks about. Short answer? Yes, with conditions. Your Australian age pension is portable overseas, but there are rules. First, you need to have lived in Australia for at least 2 continuous years before your pension becomes portable. That means you can't just turn 67, apply for the pension and fly out the next week. You need 2 years of Australian residence first. Second, after 6 weeks overseas, some of your pension supplements get reduced. You keep the base pension, but things like the energy supplement and the pension supplement can drop. Third, and this is the big one, if you haven't lived in Australia for 35 years of your working life, that's age 16 to 67, your pension gets proportionally reduced. So if you've got 25 years of Australian working life residence, you'll get roughly 25/35 of the full pension. That's about $20,000 instead of $28,500. And fourth, Australia doesn't have a social security agreement with Thailand, Vietnam or Malaysia. That means no reciprocal healthcare. You're on your own for medical costs. Travel insurance or international health insurance is essential. You also lose your pensioner concession card benefits. No more PBS prescriptions at $7.70. No more bulk billing. Those savings disappear. So you keep the pension cash, most of it, but you lose the extras. Now, I'd be lying if I said this was all coconuts and sunsets. There are real risks. 1. Currency risk. Your pension is paid in Aussie dollars. If the Australian dollar drops against the Thai baht, your purchasing power drops with it. You could wake up 15% poorer without spending a cent. 2. Healthcare in an emergency. Routine care is cheap and good, but if you have a serious stroke or need complex surgery, you might want to be in an Australian hospital. Flying home in a medical emergency costs $50,000 to $100,000 without insurance. Get international health cover. Seriously. 3. Loneliness. The expat community is real, but it's not your family. It's not your grandkids. It's not your mates from 40 years of living down the road. Many retirees go over full of excitement and come home within 2 years because they miss the people, not the place. 4. Legal protection. you don't have the same consumer rights. If you get scammed on a property deal or a business arrangement, good luck navigating the Thai legal system in English. It happens more often than people admit.
5. You can't come home easily. If you sell your Australian house to fund the move and property prices keep climbing, which they probably will, you might not be able to afford to come back. That's a one-way door for some people. So, should you move to Asia to retire? Here's my honest take. If you've got $300,000 or less, no home in Australia, and you're staring down a retirement on the age pension alone, the maths genuinely works. Your money goes 3 to 5 times further. Your quality of life goes up, not down.
But go for 3 months first, not 3 weeks. 3 months. Live there, not as a tourist, as a resident. Pay bills, go to a doctor. See what it feels like when the novelty wears off and it's just Tuesday and you're 10,000 kilometres from everyone you know. The people who thrive are the ones who tested it first. The people who fail are the ones who sold everything and jumped. The money works. Whether you work in that environment, that's the question only you can answer. I'm the Retired Aussie. I'll see you in the next one.